This is John Gruden with the Oakland Raiders. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you doing?
Hey, we just made a trade in the draft. We're going to make you a Raider. You fired up about that?
I'm fired up. Clemson. I like it.
Man, we got a great setup here. We've got a great group of guys coming in this rookie class, and we're on our way here. We just got so much confidence in you as a football player. I just want to let you know we made it. We traded up in the 5th round to get you. Congratulations.
I'm awesome. I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Renfro, listen, I've been tracking you since before the national championship game a couple years ago when Alabama couldn't cover you. We've been tracking you really closely. We love watching the way you ran routes at the Senior Bowl. We love who you are as a person. We traded up to get you.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. That really does mean a lot.
Seriously, here's the deal. We're drafting all these guys with high character that love ball, and you fit into that. Exactly. You fit so much the culture we're trying to develop. I just want you to come in and be you, all right?
I will. Yes, sir.
I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into fucking nightmares. You guys with me on that? You gotta end somebody's dream. You gotta take their job. You gotta take their heart. Are you guys clear about this NFL shit now?
Commitment to excellence. There's a commitment to excellence. The greatest players. We could get the greatest coaches. The great games we've played in. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
But the thing that I like this week, that was better than last week, nobody gave up, so that was huge for us.
The greatness of the Raiders.
Raiders! First question from a fan or PSL holder. The tuck rule play.
Yep.
Was it a fumble? And keep up the great work, Coach.
No question. It was a fumble. Do you have to say anything else?
That's it. He's got the Raider gear on.
Look, happy holidays, Raider Nation nationwide. Let's go. Get some.
Raiders! Boom! What's up, Raider Nation? This is Hardcore Raider coming at you. Want to talk about some stuff tonight. Let's get into the chat. Salute and cheers to all the real Raider Nation out there, man. Cheers to all the real ones that real ones recognize real ones. Southside Raider, what up, big dog? Otis in the house. What is up, brother? We got I'm just gonna call you dude. EG Letarian 207. What up, bro? Hopefully you're doing good. Raider critique in the house. That's right. Raiders. Rebel Raider, man. What up? What up? D Menace. 10-day bender. You know he's doing a 10-day celebration. That's what I'm talking about, bro. 10-day celebration right now. Who else we got up in here? He said, damn, I had to hop in the chat. Yeah. I'm going to kind of rant for a little bit here. Anybody wants to come in, let me know. We could do a group show if you guys want. I'm down for whatever. Raider Nug in the house, dude. Long time no see. Salute, brother. Day-night difference. Love to see how it looked. Full week preparation under AP. The true Raider, man. That's right. Going to talk about it. Art White. Salute. Hopefully you're doing good, bro. So what's up, man? All right, guys. I had a couple, I kind of hammered this shit in the ground, right? This offseason. I had two focuses. One was leadership. And within that leadership, it was, what does it mean to be a Raider, right? And then the second one was Josh Jacobs. Okay. Not doing a lot of videos. Don't want to do a lot of clickbait stuff. This one's a little clickbaity, but when I looked at the leadership on this team, I had a lot of questions, right? I think a lot of us that are analytical thinkers definitely saw some stuff that was some red flags. Even if we like started out like believing in Josh McDaniels, we were like, whoa, dude, like, hey, dude, they made like a lot of executive decisions that made us question like their true intentions, right? And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what does it mean to be a Raider. My main thing is if Josh McDaniels could learn what it meant to be a Raider, then I would accept him in. He would get the wins, and this thing would be going the right direction. However, that did not happen, okay? Which was my speculation the entire time and my frustration as I've exposed on my channel for a lot, guys. You know, a lot of people were hating on me. I mean, think about this, guys. Think about the Raider YouTube creators out there that led their listeners astray. Just digest that for 1 second. Think about all the Raider content creators that led their listeners astray. Are they eating humble pie? Are they apologizing, saying they messed up? And I want you to also think about those Raider content creators that literally created strife in the Raider Nation. Now, if you know me, you've been rock with me for more than a year, a couple years before the virus and all that stuff. I used to bring tons of group shows on here, guys. I did. But it got to a point where I could no longer rock with the fake ones. I'll be straight with you guys. I couldn't rock with the fake ones no more. I couldn't be myself. And it just got to a boiling point where I said, you know what? I ain't going to do it no more. That was my personal decision. But I'll tell you right now, a lot of these motherfuckers out there are just trying to please their listeners, and they're fake. And they were creating strife in the Raider Nation for those of us that were calling out Josh McDaniels for what he really was. And he's been exposed, and we're going to fucking talk about it. But keep that in mind. If you take anything from this, I want you to recognize that there was a lot of Raider content creators out there who were riding McD's D's. And where are they now? The same guys that were trying to hate on guys like me, and there's some others out there that have been on this, like, you know, McDaniels is a clown, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and he's not a Raider. All those guys that are more worried about making money. So you guys bought their tickets to the games. That's what you guys did. You guys bought their tickets to the games. And these guys were coming after guys like me and other ones. You know what I mean? I'm one of the few ones that were part of, like, I was hesitant about Josh McDaniels, right? But I'm also like, I wish Carr the best, but I was okay moving on from Carr. Carr should have taken a pay cut. I will always say that. I will admit my wrongs. I wanted to come on here and be like, hey, I messed up. I was wrong. And you know what I'm rocking? Check this out. Look at that. You know what that is? That's Batman, motherfuckers. And this is all about The Dark Knight Rises. We're talking about Antonio Pierce, a true Raider, right? Let me fix my backdrop here real quick. So, there's a lot of ones out there, man, that were creating hate in the Raider Nation, dude, creating division, and they were all over this coach's nuts. And now those same ones are backtracking, and they won't even admit that they were wrong, guys. Think about that for a second. A lot of fake motherfuckers out there, guys. A lot of fakes that are more worried about money and clicks, taking advantage of you guys, than the real ones that recognize real ones. You know what I'm saying? So, got JT Money in the house. What up? What up? Got JB. Salute. Cuban Raider. What up? What up, bro? So here's the deal, guys. Most of you guys probably know, but I'll kind of set the table here real quick. We're going to talk about some stuff. If you guys don't know, most of you probably do, but the Jay Glazer report came out. Essentially, we all know probably that there was this team meeting, right, within the Raiders locker room, everybody exposing their grievances about this coaching staff. And then Jay Glazer comes out and he reports that essentially these players were ripping into Josh McDaniels. Okay. And then at the end, Josh McDaniels asked, Coach Antonio Pierce to step up to the plate and say something, on behalf of the coaches. So Antonio Pierce steps up to the plate, a true Raider, right? A true Raider steps up to the plate. And this dude is like, look, I played for the Giants. Nobody thought we'd beat the Patriots. All this, we got to get our own identity, and we got to go out and ball out, and we just got to beat the other team's ass like the Giants did to the Patriots, right? And so Josh McDaniels gets all in his feelings during this not press conference, sorry, during this, locker room setting where he's getting exposed for who he really was, and he didn't like it. And then when Antonio Pierce pointed out the Giants beating the Patriots. What did Josh McDaniels say? He told Antonio Pierce, don't ever talk about my Patriots that way. Don't ever talk about my Patriots that way. Is this somebody that you guys think is a fucking Raider? And let's circle back to what I said about the Raider content creators out there. I do want to have more unity, right? But I gotta kind of vent some of this shit out at the same time, because some of these fake motherfuckers out there create a lot of strife in Raider Nation, and they were trying to call out guys like me when they were the ones that fucked up and they were on the wrong side. They need to eat humble pie. I'm still fucking waiting for the apologies, motherfuckers. Some of you guys got thousands of fucking subscribers. You do donations. You do fucking fundraisers for fucking charity events and shit like that. Guys I used to rock with, guys I used to respect. And I lost tons of respect for fucking Raider, like content creators in the Raider Nation because of this shit. Because I got tired of the fake ass motherfuckers, guys. I did. And you guys should be fed up too, because they fed you a load of fucking bullshit and they weren't real with you guys the entire fucking time. So you got a coach where you got Raider Nation. Think about this, guys. You got Raider Nation that was literally willing to move on from Josh Jacobs this offseason. Literally wanted to trade or get rid of Josh Jacobs. And then those same fucking clowns were talking about maybe getting rid of Devontae Adams. These guys wanted to destroy our team. And that upsets me, because I want to win a championship. And I know we can win a championship with these dogs. These guys are dogs. They are fucking elite at their positions. And how far back do we got to go before we can say we had an elite wide receiver, an elite running back, and guys that actually wanted to bleed silver and black, and guys that were fucking Raiders? How far back you got to go before you find somebody that wanted to wear this shit right fucking here, huh? Tell me fucking that. Amari Cooper, the guy that was giving up on routes, go fucking suck it, just like you suck McD's D's, motherfuckers. That's what I gotta fucking say. You got dogs on this team that want to be a part of this fucking franchise. And that's rare to say. You got guys like Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs that got tattoos on them of the silver and black and the fucking shield. And you'll have these same clowns. You know what they'll say? They'll say, no one is bigger than the shield. Damn fucking right. No one is bigger than the shield, including the clown fucking coach that we had. Because he was a fucking clown. That's why I called him a clown the entire time. Think about that. The same guys that were trying to hate on me and others that question some of the decisions, and if this guy was a real fucking Raider, supported a coach that was talking about his Patriots when he should be talking about our fucking Raiders. The fuck, man? Does anybody see the irony in this shit besides me? Does anybody see the irony in this shit besides me? The same one saying no one's bigger than the shield. Let's get rid of Jacobs and Devontae, and let's keep this Patriot piece of shit that doesn't care about our fucking team. The same motherfuckers that said, don't worry about the Tuck game. That shit was like, I don't even fucking care. No, I do fucking care about the Tuck game, because they stole a fucking championship from us. We would be 4 fucking ringers right now. I would have been able to witness a fucking Super Bowl championship in my lifetime. And the following year, we probably would have won with John Gruden. So they took 2 championships from us as far as I'm fucking concerned. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to play the fucking video of Josh McDaniels, because this was the first red flag when this dude joked about the fucking Tuck game. And you can put on your own perception, your own cap, to see if you see what I see when this coach that took over for the Raiders joked about the Tuck game and how he fucking tried to slide it over like a fucking snake. I'm going to show it, and we'll come back.
First question from a fan or PSL holder. The Tuck rule play.
Yep.
Was it a fumble? And keep up the great work, Coach.
No question. It was a fumble. Does that have to say anything else?
That's it. He's got the Raider gear on.
No question, it was a fumble. You want to see it again? I got to see that shit again. Look at his demeanor. Look at the demeanor of fucking Josh McClown, and you tell me if he fucking really thought it was a fucking fumble. The dude can't even sit in his fucking chair because he's lying so fucking hard. And this was the first red flag I noticed from day fucking one.
First question from a fan or PSL holder, the tuck rule play.
Yep.
Was it a fumble? And keep up the great work, Coach.
No question. It was a fumble. Does that have to say anything else?
That's it. He's got the Raider gear on.
You guys believe him? You guys believe that he believes that it was a fumble? You tell me that. Was this guy ever going to be a fucking Raider? Seriously, was he ever going to bleed silver and black? Think about this, guys. Let's talk about Antonio Pierce, right? This dude's from Compton. He's a fucking Raider fan. He bleeds silver and black. This is about AP right here. The Dark Knight fucking rises, man. This motherfucker rises. The Dark Knight rises, man. This dude, Max Crosby's talking about how Antonio Pierce would like kind of call him out on the sidelines to get better out of Max Crosby, right? He's a former player. This is a guy that has no problem talking shit to motherfuckers, right? That's how I see it, because he's a real fucking dog. So do you think that he ever talked shit to Josh McDaniels about the Giants beating the Patriots? Outside of this whole locker room debacle that happened, right, in this meeting in the locker room, do we really think that Antonio Pierce never called out Josh McDaniels and how the Giants beat him? I bet he did. And because like there was a clip where recently on NFL Network where David Carr said that he had got a touchdown and spiked the ball, and Antonio Pierce was on the Giants and he said, "Don't ever do that to my team," meaning the Raiders. So think about that. Even when Antonio Pierce was a Giant, he was still like, you don't fuck with my Raiders. So do you guys think that Antonio Pierce ever like had some beef with Josh McDaniels behind closed doors or something? Like probably joking around. Hey, my Giants beat your Patriots, blah, blah, blah. You know, just some guys like ruffling the feathers, bullshitting kind of thing. What are the chances that Antonio Pierce knew the entire time that Josh McClown was a fucking joke? What if our coach, the intern coach right now, knew the entire time that this guy was not a Raider? And what if Antonio Pierce, because this is what has me thinking right here, what if Antonio Pierce strategically said some shit in that locker room to get Josh McDaniels to blow up and talk about his Patriots, as opposed to talking about our Raiders and the Raider Nation? What if Antonio Pierce purposely got Josh McDaniels to expose his true colors? Talk about a smart motherfucker. Antonio Pierce, I bet you did that shit deliberately for several reasons. One, to show the Raider, well, all of us in Raider Nation, even though it was leaked and it probably wasn't supposed to show all of us that this guy is not a Raider. He'll never be a Raider. Two, to show our team that bleeds silver and black, the guys like Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby, Devontae Adams, that want to win a Super Bowl with the silver and black, that this guy is more worried about his fucking Patriots than he is with our fucking Raiders. And this dude is a genius to call him out, push the fucking buttons to get his true colors to come out, because he's fake. Josh McClown was fake the entire time and lying to us the entire time. And our coach, Antonio Pierce, called him out and got those true colors to come out. And they weren't silver and black. They were red, white, and fucking blue. And they go back to fucking Boston, like I fucking said before they were shit canned. Get the fuck out of here and get your ass back to the fucking East Coast. This is fucking West Side. You know what I'm saying? This is fucking West Coast, man. We ain't fucking with that East Coast shit. So real recognizes real. And Antonio Pierce, in my opinion, knew the entire time that this guy was a fucking fake. And he got Josh McClown to expose his true colors. And I don't think he did it thinking like, oh, I'll take over his job. I think he did it for the betterment of the team. I'll repeat that. I think he did it for the betterment of the team. He knew what needed to be done. And that's what true leaders do in this world. They're willing to fucking sacrifice themselves and their credibility, even if it meant costing his job, for what's best for the team. And he exposed McDaniels right fucking there. And he didn't even need to call him out. He just needed to fucking pinpoint what he did with the Giants to McClown's fucking Patriots and what we need to do as the Raiders and Raider Nation moving forward. And the true colors of this McClown came out, and guess what? You're right. You're fucking right, all you fucking haters. No one is bigger than the fucking shield right fucking here, including this clown fucking coach that destroyed our playoff fucking team. And I want all you cocksuckers to go out there and apologize to your fucking listeners and say, I'm sorry I led you astray. I'm sorry I'm such a fucking dumbass that I led you astray, and I hated on other guys who love this fucking team who called it out like it was the entire fucking time. I'm waiting because you fake motherfuckers, I see you, and the real Raider Nation sees you a mile a fucking way. And although I want unity, at the same time, you got to be called for what you fucking are. And if you fucked up and you're willing to eat some fucking humble crow pie, then so fucking be it. But if you're not, everybody knows that you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a piece of fucking dog shit on my fucking shoe. That's right. I'm talking to you, motherfucker. That's right. So yeah, it fires me up because these fake motherfuckers won't fucking admit they were wrong the entire time. They won't admit that they created a lot of fucking division and strife in Raider Nation because they were fucking wrong. That's why it pisses me off. Because I want to win a fucking Super Bowl and a championship, and this coach was not it. He was never going to be it. As much as I may have wanted, or we may have wanted him to be it, he was never a Raider. He was more worried about the Patriots and the Patriot way than the fucking Raider Nation and bleed silver and black, Raider Nation for life. He never fucking got it. And he never will. Because some people never will. It takes a certain kind of coach to coach this fucking team. A certain kind of coach to bleed silver and black for this fucking team. And have you ever heard a coach come on there, give a victory speech, or get interviewed in a press conference and yell out, Raiders! Anybody heard somebody come out and yell, Raiders? Fuck no! This dude loves this fucking team. That's what I can fucking feel. And when I heard that shit, it made the hair on my back fucking stand up. Because this motherfucker gets it. I don't even care if he knows all the fucking X's and O's. I care that he knows what it means to be a fucking Raider. And to bleed silver and black. Because that's all I've been wanting for the last 20 fucking years. And John Gruden and Hugh Jackson were the closest things we ever had to it. Think about that. All the coaching changes to even fucking measure up to being close to that. But we got a real one right now from Compton, NWA. You got younger Raider fans that fucking don't even know what NWA is. That's fucking funny as shit, man. So I love it. I love this coach, man. As much as I love John Gruden, I might want to run it back with that. I hope he fucking wins, man. He got this team fired up. He got this offensive line fired up. He got Josh Jacobs fired up. Devontae Adams. Watch it. When they yell Raiders, watch Devontae Adams and the other players yell Raiders back at the fucking coach in the locker room. You know, I went to a game, was supposed to be the last game in Oakland, 2018, Christmas Eve. You know, we stomped the Broncos. Great fucking victory, right? And I yelled, dude, I've been getting my nuts kicked in for so long for Bronco fans and shit, guys. You have no fucking idea. Right? That was back in the, you know, when Broncos were pretty good. I'm yelling at the top of my fucking lungs, guys. I'm almost right there at the front row. And I yelled so loud, my fucking head, I gave myself a migraine, dude. And I usually never get headaches. To where, like, I couldn't even talk after the game. Yelling at fucking Von Miller as loud as I could, dude. Yelling at the fucking donkeys. I yelled so loud. An ESPN reporter this chick turned around and mean mugged me like the meanest look you could ever get because I yelled so fucking loud. And that game meant something to me. You know what I mean? Derek Carr went around the stadium after that game and gave high fives to all of Raider Nation. I got to slap Derek Carr's hand. It was a special moment in my life, you know, something I'll never forget. Memories with my family I'll never forget. But what it means to be a Raider and that importance to bleed silver and black in the history, more than just a Dave Ziegler walking by the picture of Al Davis giving him a high five. No, man. When it gets down to the nitty gritty and you're talking about bleeding silver and black, it's something that's embedded in your soul. Either you got it or you don't. That's the reality of it. Either you're a Raider or you're not. And some guys get it and some guys don't. Josh McDaniels was one of those guys that would never, ever get it. And so I tip my hat, dude, to Mark Davis. Thank you, Mark Davis. As much as we've clowned on you or whatever it might be, thank you, Mark Davis, dude. For Mark Davis to have the balls to step up to the plate to do this, to eat $85 million fucking dollars, guys. He ate $85 million, dude. I'll take it all day long. So did the Raiders, there is some positive out of this we'll get into, but did the Raiders and Mark Davis, did they get taken advantage of? Did we as Raider Nation get taken advantage of by this big contract to this coach? Think about that for a second. 85 mil. Did we get our 85 mil worth out of fucking Josh McClown? What he did to our team, right? It's an important question to think about. Something I've been thinking about trying to digest. How can we get our 85 mil out of Josh McDaniels? You think about it and you're like, there's no way we're going to recoup 85 mil, right? I mean, like, these guys fucking destroyed a playoff team, man, right? Or is there? Who's playing chess and who's playing checkers, right? Josh McDaniels, he don't even ever have to work again. He can go to the beach with his family, vacation the rest of the fucking year. He can vacation for the next 5 years, not even worry about it, guys, right? He hosed over the Raider Nation and the Raiders, right? Or did he? It's an important question. I'm going to rewind back to when John Gruden came back to being a Raider and coaching our team. If you know me, you know I loved me some John Gruden. Not his personality exactly, but because John Gruden knew what it meant to be a Raider. I felt like John Gruden got fucked the first time he was a Raider, and we could have won a Super Bowl with him. And then John Gruden got cancel cultured the second go round, right when I think we were about ready to turn the page. But some of his play calling, I'd say lackluster, especially towards the end of the game. I'll admit that. Too conservative. Okay. But nevertheless, John Gruden went to the black hole, gave the black hole high fives and stuff when he knew what it meant to be a Raider. He embodied what it meant to be a Raider. And when Gruden was our coach, I had a weird feeling that Gruden would do 4 to 5 years as a coach. This was my take. You'd have to go back a couple years to fucking hear me say this. But I said, will John Gruden take over the general manager duties for the Raiders and be in a higher leadership role after about halfway through his 10-year contract? Because I didn't think he was going to be a coach for 10 years. I thought John Gruden would hang up his hat, right here. Raiders 1960. You know what I'm saying? Military style. Got the fucking American flag. Huh! And, but John Gruden would eventually be the Raiders general manager and be running the show from a higher position. And then take that Al Davis persona and pass it on to the next fucking head coach. Right. I really thought that. I thought that Gruden would do about half his contract as coaching, move up to a higher elevation as general managing, and then bring on another Raider coach and show them what it means to be a Raider, and that's what would happen. I had a strong feeling about that. I thought he'd probably win a Super Bowl with us as a coach and then fucking move on to bigger, brighter things and then do a higher management role. Obviously, that didn't work out, to say the least. And the cancel culture shit came about, and maybe that page is turned and we'll never revisit the John Gruden thing. But I want to touch on one thing. Here's the point of the John Gruden thing. John Gruden said one thing in one of his interviews or a press conference or something that always stuck out to me, where he had said something about how he was envious of the Patriots, and if John Gruden could ever have a back door or a way to see how the Patriots did things or their playbooks or something like that, that John Gruden would love to fucking like go into the Patriots organization and see how they did shit. Think about that. John Gruden was so envious of the Patriots. John Gruden always wanted to go to the Patriots and see how they did their business. So think about that. Al's Ghost in the house. What up? Sorry, I've been able to get in the chat too much. I can't even pronounce that. What is that? Senis Cal. He said, I was in the game Sunday. I was happy as I seen Marshawn dance to the sideline Oakland Co. Hell yeah, bro. It was lit, man. I'm jealous, dude. I wish I could have been there, guys. I really do. Raider Nation for life. Salute to you. Ryan Miller in the house, man. Shout out to you, brother. Hope you're doing good. Who else we got up in here? I think we saw Raphael. Raphael, what up? What up? We the people. Got a lot of good family members in here, guys. Michael 918. The Raider Way. What up? What up? All right. So, again, my question is, John Gruden was so envious of the Patriots and the Patriot Way, and he wanted a backdoor in to see how they did their business. So I'd asked the question previously, did we get our money worth out of Josh McDaniels? Who's playing chess? Who's playing checkers in this game? That's all it is, a fucking game, guys. It's a game beyond a game of Sunday, right? A game beyond a game. So my thinking is, could it be possible? Because you know, with Mark Davis never wanting to fire John Gruden, you know that him and John Gruden probably still talk and still have a good relationship, right? You know, Mark Davis, wants the best for the Raiders. Hopefully, you know that. I feel that. Mark Davis wouldn't have fired Josh McDaniels if Mark Davis didn't want the best for the Raiders. So let's get that out right there. Let's give him some respect where respect is due. He's made a lot of mistakes, but you know what? It takes a real man to own up and be like, hey, I fucked up, and to eat that much cash. So if John Gruden's in Mark Davis's ear, is it possible? Is it possible that John Gruden was in the back door of this entire operation the entire fucking time? Like the ultimate 00 agent. I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. Just me thinking about it was like, nah, I don't think that's realistic. But could it be? Could it be the Raiders brought in Josh McDaniels to get his entire playbook, to get the Patriot Way playbook from Josh McDaniels and all their video footage, all their videotapes they had of the Patriots and everything they did, and John Gruden behind the scenes that nobody fucking knows, that's doing homework and seeing how the fuck the Patriot Way was. Think about it. If you watch the interview that Warren Sapp did, Warren Sapp literally said John Gruden is in his man cave or his fucking office researching shit and researching fucking plays and watching film tape the entire fucking time. John Gruden's working behind the scenes right now. Probably right now as I'm doing this video. So if John Gruden could get the Patriot Way and how they did shit, their plays and their video footage, how much is the Patriot Way, meaning the playbook and the video footage, worth? This is something you probably won't hear from any other Raider fan or Raider content creator. If you were to put a dollar amount on that, just getting the Patriot playbook and just getting the Patriot fucking plays and video footage, how much would that be worth? You imagine Josh McDaniels goes home, John Gruden or somebody comes in and starts just recording. They're like, USB drive in the computer, download that video, download that video, download that video. They're like looking over their shoulder, even though they know nobody's there. What would that value be worth? It's worth a lot of fucking money. I don't know how much. Is it worth 85 mil? That'd be hard for me to justify, but it could be. It could be. It could be the entire time that the Raiders been playing chess and McClown has been playing checkers the entire time. McClown thinks he's on top, leaving with this fucking guaranteed money and all this shit, take advantage of the Raiders. Yeah, I get it. But did he really? Did he really? The Raiders just unlocked. The Raiders just got the keys to the fucking Patriots fucking stadium and their organization. And we just fucking shit canned that cocksucker and got his playbook and his fucking video footage. Cost us a lot of money. It did. But I'm a firm believer that Raiders would not be so stupid to let Josh McClown leave this stadium, to leave this organization without already having the playbook and the video footage already locked up. So think about that. Think about that, guys. It's like the 00 of 00 agents. It's like the double cross of 00 agents, man. 007 GoldenEye, Nintendo 64. You know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy, but is it? I think if they did that and they have the playbook and the video footage, fuck yeah. Give them the money, send them out the fucking door, guys. That's what I say. Send him with his 2 bags fucking packing. He thinks he's on top. But the reality is we might have John Gruden that has that entire playbook, that entire video footage, and he's doing homework right fucking now. What did John Gruden say? Maybe he said it for shits and giggles. John Gruden said, if I do not win a championship, if I don't produce for the Raiders, I will not take their money from them. Did John Gruden mean that, or did he just say that to bullshit? I don't know. Hopefully he meant it. But I'll tell you what, you go back to that Tuck game and what that did to John Gruden and the fire it lit in his soul, I would say John Gruden's a true Raider, and he would do whatever it took for this organization, even if he's not hired as our head coach or our staff. And that's real. That's fucking real, guys. Because we brought in somebody, and what did he say? He said this.
First question from a fan or PSL holder. The Tuck rule play.
Yep.
Was it a fumble? And keep up the great work, Coach.
No question. It was a fumble. Do you have to say anything else?
That's it. He's got the Raider gear on.
Do you think John Gruden laughs at the Tuck game? Do you think John Gruden sits up in his chair and is like, do you guys think that's how John Gruden feels about the Tuck game? Or do you think that guy knows he got fucked by that game and the refs? Walt Coleman, whose son coaches in the referees in the NFL. I'd have to check this year. Last year was a sideline judge. Walt Coleman's son, who ref that game, is still a referee in the NFL. Walt Coleman retired, but his son, his legacy lives on. There's a lot of questions to this thing all this shit that happened, guys. A lot of things that has my head spinning. Did the Raiders get taken advantage of? Did Mark Davis get taken advantage of? All that shit. I try my best. I'm not saying I'm the best because I'm an emotional fucking Raider fan. I don't care about baseball, basketball, like hockey. I kind of like. I've grown to like hockey a little bit, but really, guys, all I care about is football and the Raiders. That's it. This is my life, guys. Is football, Raiders, and my regular family, my work life. This is it. I bleed silver and black, guys. All I want is for the Raiders to win. All I want is a championship. There's a lot of unanswered questions, things I've thought about, like, okay, the sports bettors have us at like under, say, 6.5 games or 7 games or some shit, right? When the season started. I mean, there was, dude, you guys, if you look at sports betting, there's sports betting that had how many games Jimmy Garoppolo would start for the Raiders. There were sports bets that had Josh McDaniels as the first coach to get fired of all the NFL coaches. How is it Josh McDaniels ended up being the first coach? How is it that Jimmy Garoppolo is no longer the starter? I mean, like, I know how, but I'm saying, how did the sports bettors like know that McClown was going to get fired? How did the sports bettors know that fucking Jimmy G was not going to start that many games? My wheels start turning. I'm like, what is going on here? Are the Raiders really going to get above 6.5 wins for the sports bettors? Because the last time there was big bets on the Raiders, it was when they cancel cultured our coach, John Gruden. And now here we are with some new life. Some new life in our organization with the new coach, Antonio Pierce. And now my question is the NFL going to figure out a way to fuck over the Raiders? If you go back and you look at almost every bombshell situation that happened, from the Gruden emails, the move from Vegas, all this kinds of shit, right before a game Sunday, there was almost always an article, a bombshell article that would drop against our Raiders, the Raider Nation. No one bigger than the Shield. There was almost always an article to drop right before the game to kill the morale, to try to kill the morale of the team right before a game. And it's like clockwork. And it's not by this stuff don't happen by happen chance. This isn't just like 1 in 100 chance, 1 in 1,000, 1 in a million. Some of this shit that gets done is absolutely by like on purpose, not just like random happen chance. Because if you can fuck with someone's mental state of mind, you can destroy their will to win. Think about that. If you can destroy someone's like mental state of mind, you will destroy their will to win. You think about the strongest things that a human being has. What is the strongest things that a human being has? Anybody, answer me that. What is the strongest things that a human being has? And I'll wait for a second. What is it that you bring to the table that is the strongest thing that any human being can offer in this world? I'll tell you. Number 1 is faith. Number 2 is free will, which is just win, baby, or the will to win. So as a human being, your free will and your will to win is stronger. It's like second in line to whatever faith you believe in. I have my own opinions about faith. I won't get into that right now. But from my experience in the Army, my will to be a fucking champ was very strong. I'll tell you that. My will to be very good at whatever I did superseded everything else. And so if you have strong conviction and you have a strong will, nothing can break you. You can accomplish and complete things that you never thought was possible. No matter if you're black, Hispanic, white, you grew up poor, you grew up in a trailer, I'll tell you right now, nothing can defeat you if you have the right mindset and the will to win in this world. Nothing, not a manager, not a boss, nothing will fucking stop you. Because that's what the correct mindset will do. But when you have hits put on, like the Raiders and the Raider organization has had against us and the mainstream media and all this long list of stuff that gets dropped right before a game, it's in my opinion, a design and a purpose to kill your will to win. To kill that mindset, to fuck you up and to guide you off track. So my next question is, will the NFL throw the Raiders a curveball to make the sports bettors happy? Will the NFL throw the Raiders a curveball to make the sports bettors happy? We got a report from Jay Glazer. Essentially, Josh McDaniels essentially loves the Patriots more than the Raiders. Yeah, no shit. He's not a Raider. He's never going to be a Raider. Get the fuck out of here. Give us your playbook, your video footage, and get the fuck out. That's what I got to say. But is the NFL going to do some shit to fucking knock us off our fucking high horse? You better brace yourself. You better be ready for fucking war. Literally war. Because that's what we're talking about here. You got people who have millions of dollars on the line that wanted the Raiders to fail. And now you got a coach that's willing to fucking put everything on the line to build the morale up. And if you can build the morale of your team up to elevate everybody to a higher fucking elevation and higher level, you can accomplish things that you never thought were possible. And I'm talking about more beyond football. Anything you do in life. If you have the right mindset, the will to win at whatever you do, you can accomplish shit you never thought was possible. And I'm living proof of it. But I want you to know, for my Raiders and the Raider Nation, this is what we're up against. We're up against guys that got money on the line, that want us to fail. They want to see us hit rock bottom because that benefits them, their bank accounts. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. So my question is, what's going to be the storyline put out to try to make the Raiders fail? It's coming. I don't know what it is, but I see it. It's coming, guys. It's coming. And they'll probably drop it Saturday or Sunday right before the game to try to take the wind out of our sails, to try to kill the morale of the team. Just like when they canceled culture John Gruden when we were 3-1 and all the sports bettors had us fucking losing. So I'm going to wrap up with the positives from what this Patriot way was. Obviously, I talked about their playbook and their videos. That could be a positive if we got that from them, right? We got Davante Adams out of this deal. I'll take Davante Adams any day of the week. That dude wants to be a Raider. No one's bigger than the Shield. Damn fucking right. No one's bigger than the fucking Shield. And Davante Adams and some of these players who are real fucking Raiders went to Mark Davis and told him like it was. And Mark Davis actually fucking listened. It blew my mind. I'll be straight with you guys. I didn't think he would. I didn't think Mark Davis would. But we, as a Raider Nation, there's only one nation. That's the fucking Raider Nation. We spoke loudly enough. We ruffled enough feathers. We hit the nail on the head. And Josh McDaniels, true colors came out. His true colors came out. And they weren't silver and black. They were the Patriot way the entire fucking time. Which is why I said there's two roads. One is fucking tank, rebuild, 3-5-year plan, and the other is just win now. And they were towing the line with both of them. They were trying to make both happen. Their plan was never going to work, guys. Their plan was fucking dog shit the entire time. Whether or not we kept Derek Carr or got rid of him, their fucking game plan was never going to work. Which is why Josh McDaniels didn't get fired up when we lost or whatever. He didn't care. He was never going to be a Raider. He's not a Raider. And so I'm glad he's fucking gone. That's what needed to happen. Now we can fucking close that chapter, open a new chapter. It's all about Antonio Pierce yelling fucking Raiders. We can go out and we can win a fucking championship. You know, one last thing I want to touch on is leadership. Told you that was my theme this entire offseason. Who are the real leaders of the Raiders for like we'll just say 2 years. Let's just go back 2 years. If you looked at the Raiders organization and the Raiders team and you're like, who were the leaders on this team? What guys would you point to? Derek Carr, Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs. So I'm going to go before the Davante Adams era. Davante Adams is the leader now, but before Davante Adams, you had like Derek Carr, Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs. So when I question a lot of the decisions that were being made by Dave Ziegler and Josh McClown, one of them was obviously Josh Jacobs because he's a true Raider, and I feel Jacobs can help us win a championship. There's guys out there that are clowning on me because I wanted Jacobs and they want to get rid of him and blah, blah, blah. I won't even mention their names because they're fucking ass clowns. And if you guys fucking follow those guys or watch them, you're a fucking ass clown too. Think about that. You're a fucking ass clown, dude. The same guy saying trade Jacobs. So Jacobs was like the only guy when we had Gruden. We played the Jets. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. And Jacobs was like, the week before we did really bad. And Jacobs was like, hey, what I liked about this week is that, the team didn't give up. It's in one of my little videos, audio recordings. But Jacobs was the only guy on the team that said what I liked about this week was that our team did not give up. Think about that for a second. Nobody had the balls in the Raiders locker room. As much as I love Max Crosby, he didn't say it. Derek Carr did not say it. It was Josh fucking Jacobs that said, I'm glad we did not give up. That's a true leader, guys. Nobody asked him to say that. He did that shit on his own. He shouldered that shit and he took that shit and he called it like it was. So you get the new coaching staff. They get rid of Derek Carr. They bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. And then you have this whole like constituency or whatever with Josh Jacobs where they don't want to give Jacobs a contract, right? Why? Because the money? Or was there something more to the fact that they did not want to give Josh Jacobs a contract? Now, in my opinion, that I can't prove, I think what the McClown regime was trying to do was what I'm going to call changing of the guard, meaning changing of the leadership. If Josh Jacobs would have been in the building when we bring in the new quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, who Josh McDaniels wanted, right? Do you think the Raider players would have accepted Jimmy Garoppolo as the top leader for offense? Let's just look at offense, right? With the new Raider way, the new Patriot way, whatever you want to call it, would they have accepted Jimmy Garoppolo as the head honcho leader if Josh Jacobs was in the building? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this staff purposely gave Josh Jacobs the fucking sideshow bob. We're not going to give you a contract, and we want you out of the building so we can bring in Jimmy G. We can do this changing of the guard, which is what like the Army calls it, right? Changing of the guard in this new leadership, and then everybody will accept Jimmy G as the new leader, and then maybe we'll bring Josh Jacobs in at the last minute, blah, blah, blah. And then what do we see from Josh Jacobs? We've seen a lot of questionable stuff on the offense. Like we're paying out what? Like maybe the 5th highest offense paid in the NFL or something like that. 3rd or 5th. And the offensive line took a step back. Josh Jacobs is like he's out there, but he's not like he's given 110%. And this is why I was pissed off all offseason, because you got like the best running back or one of the best running backs in the NFL, and you got a coaching staff who don't give a shit about him, and they're not going to sign him after this year, and they could give a shit less. Because this coaching staff did not want Josh Jacobs to be the head honcho leader. They wanted it to be Jimmy G. But their entire plan, their fucking genius fucking Josh, McClown fucking plan did not work. It backfired in their face. They didn't want Josh Jacobs to be one of the head honcho leaders on this offense, which is why they gave him the shaft the entire time during this offseason, because it blew my mind. I'm like, how could they do this? There's no way these guys could be this stupid to fucking, not give Josh Jacobs a contract. So you get rid of the cancer, meaning McClown, that wanted to do changing of the guard and not have Jacobs be one of the head honcho guys. You get a new offensive coordinator that comes in, and he does the Hugh Jackson move. Hugh Jackson went up to fucking Darren McFadden years ago. He asked Darren McFadden, hey, what kind of plays do you like to run? Hey, McFadden, he's like, hey, I like to bounce outside. I want to run outside. McFadden runs outside, has his best year as a Raider that year with fucking Hugh Jackson. And that's what I call a player's coach. That's somebody that gets it. And you have an offensive coordinator that goes and asks Jacobs, what do you like to run? And Jacobs tells him, and then what do you see from Jacobs? Jacobs was fired up, and he's given 110% after we get rid of the clown that was never going to be a Raider, where Jacobs is a Raider. So when people say no one bigger than the Shield, again, damn right no one's bigger than the Shield, including a clown fucking coach that wanted the Patriot way to exist and was never going to be a Raider. He was always going to be a Patriot. Think about that. Where Josh Jacobs is a Raider and wants to be a Raider and wants the Raider way and doesn't want the Patriot way. But yeah, you had people that wanted to get rid of Jacobs. It's fucked up. It's like when you mentally can perceive what I'm trying to tell you guys, you think about how many people were on this fucking, I don't care about Jacobs train. Absolutely insane. Nothing can show, nothing more can be shown from a coach like Antonio Pierce that is a Raider, wants to be a Raider, calls out the other coach that's not a Raider, that all he cares about is the Patriots, even still. And our current coach can go out and get the best out of this team. The season's not done yet, right? This season is not done. We're not tanking for fucking Caleb Williams, guys. This thing ain't done yet. Is it rare that a rookie quarterback goes out and goes to the playoffs and wins a playoff game, let alone wins a Super Bowl? Fuck yeah, it is. It's like 1 in a million. It's so rare. It's like you got to go back to the Dan Marino fucking era to find a rookie quarterback that went to a Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Dan Marino was the last quarterback that took a team to a Super Bowl. And he lost that Super Bowl, but it's insane. One of the last things I'll say is that we look at the new quarterback era, right? Some I was researching, I'll touch on briefly. Look at the new quarterback era, guys, and everybody wants this passing game, mobile quarterback, dual threat quarterback, and I get it. Like you do need a dual threat quarterback. But at the same time, guys, like how many of these mobile quarterbacks that do a lot of running around the field have won a championship? How many of the new style quarterback era has won a championship in the NFL? A lot of them have gotten hurt over the years. They're not reliable. I'm not saying I don't want a more mobile quarterback, but let's get it straight. Aiden O'Connell is not a mobile quarterback. He reminds me of like a Ben Roethlisberger, And so I'm just gonna throw out some names of the last Super Bowl winners, and you tell me which of these quarterbacks is a Lamar Jackson or a mobile style quarterback. Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, Mahomes, Tom Brady, Nick Foles, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Brad Johnson, Tom Brady, Trent Dilfer, Kurt Warner, John Elway. Were any of those quarterbacks a Lamar Jackson style quarterback? I mean, I wanted Jalen Hurts. Don't get me wrong. I like Jalen Hurts. But were any of those quarterbacks outside of maybe Patrick Mahomes a real mobile running style quarterback in the NFL? The answer is no. So as much as the NFL might want to do like more of a mobile style quarterback, the passing game is first. It's not proven, guys. There's no history that proves that mobile quarterbacks are winning championships. Mahomes can run, but he does a lot of unorthodox stuff where he's like running and he'll just like throw the ball like stuff you would never teach a quarterback. No quarterback coach or offensive coordinator is going to teach stuff that Patrick Mahomes does. They would actually fucking sit him on the bench for doing that kind of shit. That's the reality of it. Mahomes is lucky because he makes it work. If Mahomes wasn't making it work, he would get his fucking ass grinded. Outside of Mahomes, none of those quarterbacks were really mobile quarterbacks. They were all pocket passers. So to the Raider fans that want to tank for Caleb Williams or Drake May, and they're pissed, they probably wanted to keep Josh McClown to fucking tank to go get a top draft pick. Why? Why? This is my fucking question. Why? What for? What for? How much time has Lamar Jackson missed? You want a mobile quarterback? How many seasons has Lamar Jackson actually completed since he became a fucking quarterback in the NFL? That's what I want to know. He's doing good right now, but will he finish the season? A lot of these mobile style quarterbacks are getting hurt left and right. Look at Anthony Richardson, Kyler Murray. Like someone was saying, let's get Kyler Murray. Dude, no, and fuck no. Get that guy out of our fucking mouth. I do not want Kyler Murray to be a Raider. That dude's a cancer to the locker room. He's not ever going to be a Raider. So, is Aiden O'Connell the guy? I don't know. We'll see. I'm not saying he is or isn't. You guys know, if you know me, you know I wanted Hendon Hooker. Think about it. We could have got Hendon Hooker, and we wouldn't even have, dude, we could have moved up 2 spots. We could have traded up in the 3rd round, 3 spots, and got Hendon Hooker. But the Raiders didn't do that. And I don't think Josh McDaniels' scheme fits for a mobile style quarterback. Josh McDaniels' scheme is for a pocket passer quarterback, not a mobile quarterback. It would have never, a Caleb Williams would have never worked under Josh McDaniels and this clown and his scheme. His scheme is not for fucking mobile quarterbacks. His scheme is for pocket passers, which leads us into the big question mark. What's the future of the Raiders? What are we going to do moving forward? Is Aiden O'Connell the guy or not the guy? He threw a lot of interceptions in college, which shows he's willing to take chances. But at the same time, I don't mind that we have a quarterback willing to take chances and willing to throw dimes. I liked what I saw out of Aiden O'Connell. I think he's got what I'm going to call the it factor. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to be a stud QB, a star QB, but he might have something in him, especially with his brother passing away when he was in college and him playing that following weekend. He could have something in him that gives him that motivation, that will to win, and a higher drive than most quarterbacks. Everybody said, think about this, everybody said, you can't draft Hendon Hooker. He's 25 years old. He's 25 years old. We drafted Aiden O'Connell, who is 24. And can anybody tell me how old Aiden O'Connell is right now? Anybody? How old is Aiden O'Connell right now? He's 25. Between the virus and the college guys getting an extra year, everybody thinks you got to get a quarterback 23 years old, 22, 23 years old. That's the prime age. Why? Why is 23 years old the prime age for a college quarterback? They have less experience. It used to be you would do 3-4 years in college, move on to the pros. You'd be a lot more NFL ready. Now it's like you do fucking 3 years, get me to the NFL. You don't even have quarterbacks that want to do 4 years in college, and they're highly unexperienced. Think about it like this. You get this, right? You get a college quarterback and you got him for 4 years. 4 years guaranteed. Unless you get him in the fifth, or first round, then you have a 5th-year option. Let's just say you have him for 4 years. First year, redshirt year, because they're so young, inexperienced, like an Anthony Richardson. You don't know who we have, don't have, blah, blah, blah. Anthony Richardson hurt, out for the whole season. So now you got Anthony Richardson for 3 more years, pretty much, because the first year is a redshirt year. And then you better be giving him a contract before that, before that 4th year is up. So you got 2 more years with Anthony Richardson. And a lot of these college quarterbacks, you pull them in, first year is like a redshirt year, and then you got them for 2, maybe 3 years before you have to give them a contract extension or figure out what you're going to do as an organization. Think about that. 2 to 3 years. But if you draft a guy that is older and more mature, that started a lot more in college and has more experience, like Aiden O'Connell, who's now 25 years old, just like Hendon Hooker that I wanted to draft. Hendon Hooker's a mobile quarterback, but Hendon Hooker was 25. Aiden O'Connell's now 25 years old. Guess what? Now you have a more mature quarterback who's more NFL ready than all those other cats who are younger, who didn't have the same years of experience. So is it, like, my question is it a positive or is it a minus? To me, it's a positive, because if you can get a quarterback at 24, 25, and you get him in his prime years on a rookie contract, meaning ages like, say, 25 to 29, holy shit. If you can get a guy in his prime years without giving him a contract, anybody know how much we're paying Aiden O'Connell? Has anybody looked it up just to see? Just to see what we're paying our rookie quarterback we drafted this year? Because I did. It's $500,000 a year. It's under $600,000 a year. We're not even paying Aiden O'Connell $1 million per year. Anybody know what CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson is making per year? Anybody? Do you know what those guys are making per year? Those guys are making $9 million per year, which is that's a pretty friendly deal. But if we're going to get into the nitty gritty, when you got to pay a quarterback 40, 50 mil, which eventually will be up to 60 mil, right? At what point does that end up being a detriment to your NFL team, because you're not going to have enough money to pay other players unless that dude is a super stud? The Giants, who we just beat, the Giants gave Daniel Jones a monster contract, and that dude, everybody calls him Danny Dimes. That dude is fucking Danny Ducks. Danny Ducks. That dude is not throwing fucking dimes. Fucking the Giants quarterback throws ducks. That's straight up. That dude should have never got a contract extension. And because that franchise fucked up, they were forced to pay him instead of looking in the draft and drafting the right guy and not paying him as much money. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're going to pay Danny Ducks 40, 50 mil a year? That will cripple your fucking organization. And then you can't have a Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, or whatever it might be. There's no way they should be paying Danny Ducks fucking top quarterback money. The fuck out of here. Hey, Danny Dimes, he's Danny fucking Ducks. And now he's out for the whole season. Shout out to Max Crosby. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from a standpoint, from dollars to age to the contract, when you have a guy for 4 years, is Aiden O'Connell worth it? Would Hendon Hooker have been worth it? Or should we have given up the kitchen sink to get a Bryce Young? Now, you know this coaching staff loves to get Alabama players. You know why? Does anybody know why the Patriot Way loves fucking Alabama players? I'll wait. Because the coach for Alabama was under the Belichick tree when Belichick was the coach of the Browns. That's the reality of it. So they think that if they get these Alabama players, they're not much of a transition for the Patriot Way. Mac Jones? You guys realize if fucking McDaniels would have stayed our coach, we probably would have gotten Mac Jones. Mac Jones is another Danny Ducks fucking quarterback. I don't want Mac Jones. That guy's fucking trash too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we're in a somewhat of a predicament because either Aiden O'Connell needs to work out or we're gonna have to go quarterback shopping. But I'll defend Aiden O'Connell a little bit here because he's older, he's more mature, just like fucking Devontae Adams said. Devontae Adams said this is like not a rookie quarterback. I've never seen somebody this mature and like the way he does his craft. You got one of the top wide receivers in the NFL that bleeds silver and black saying this is not a rookie style quarterback, which is one of my thinking the entire time. Everybody else saying these guys are too old. I'm like, no, that's a positive, guys. That's a positive. We bring these guys in. They're more mature. They've had more experience in college. They're a 5-year quarterback instead of a 3-4-year quarterback. And this coaching staff wanted to get Bryce Young, midget fucking Bryce Young, who's the one guy I was like, do not get. I was like the only guy out there that I fucking heard that said Bryce Young's going to be a bust. I never even heard anybody else fucking say that. I straight up said, I said, Bryce Young is going to be fucking a bust. The dude's been hurt. We'll see. I said the same thing about Kyler Murray. I've been pretty fucking accurate on that so far. I don't want either of those guys. So bring me back to my original point or question. Is mobile quarterbacks here to stay? And is it worth risking the kitchen sink or whatever it might be to go get one? Or do we work with what we got with Aiden O'Connell? A lot has to be seen. 2 games is not enough for Aiden O'Connell, but I'm going to say I kind of like Aiden O'Connell. I was against the pick at first because I wanted Hendon Hooker, but I think Aiden O'Connell can go get us a Super Bowl. As crazy as it fucking sounds, man. I think we can go to the playoffs with Aiden O'Connell. I think we can win a playoff game. I think that dude has something in him. He has an it factor, and he's not mobile. It doesn't matter, guys. It really fucking doesn't. What matters is what's he going to do when he's under pressure? When we're playing top defenses, like what happened with the Charger game when Khalil Mack got 6 sacks against him. We got the Chargers got 7 sacks total against Aiden O'Connell. What's he going to do then? Because that's the real question. The Giants have pretty good defense, not great. The Jets have a great defense. So if Aiden O'Connell's getting pressure, we're going to see what he's got. Either he's going to suck it up, drive on, and figure out a way to get us a victory, or he's going to crumble similar to what happened to him in the Charger game. But let's not forget, we had a coach who wanted the Patriot way, who was never going to be a Raider, and that a coach that would not build the morale of the team. And now we have a coach that's a Raider. He wants the Raider way, and he's going to help build the morale of the team. And I'll tell you from experience, if you can lift up your teammates, your team, and build the morale of whatever team environment you're in, nothing can stop that, because you will get more out of your group, your team, than anything else, and nothing can stop that. So my opinion, do I want to tank for Caleb Williams, Drake May, or the Washington quarterback? Fuck no. Fuck no. Get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't seen Lamar Jackson win no Super Bowls, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't seen none of these mobile running style quarterbacks win a fucking Super Bowl yet, outside of Mahomes. So would it be nice to have Aiden O'Connell run with the football a little bit when we're getting rushed? Yeah, absolutely. But none of these running style quarterbacks have proven they're going to win fucking Super Bowls, guys. That's the reality. None of them have proven shit. All I'm seeing is that the pocket passer way is still the way in the NFL to win a fucking championship. And Aiden O'Connell is a pocket passer. So now, it's all about that action, boss. Marshawn Lynch style. It's all about that action, boss. And here we are. The Raiders got an opportunity right in front of them to go out put out the best version of themselves, and we'll see what Aiden O'Connell has. And although I was against the pick at first, he's wearing our colors. He is a Raider, and I like the guy. I'm gonna root for him. I'm not gonna root against him. Josh McDaniels, fuck no, I'm not gonna root for that guy. That guy was never a Raider, never gonna be a fucking Raider. So, that's where I'm at with everything, guys. So, see what you guys have to say, and we'll close out here, man. It ain't just tank, baby. It's just win, baby. And that's what I'm about. People can hate on me and say we should have tanked for Caleb Williams. Dude, none of these mobile style quarterbacks ever proven they're worth a fucking shit to begin with, man. They constantly get hurt and all this shit, guys. So, Albert, shout out to you, man. Said I was 18 when we took it all. Raiders 07. Shout out. He said Danny DeVito, Trash 2.0. Otis, Stroud and Richardson, pretty good. I like Stroud. Richardson, we'll see, man. But yeah, shout out to you, man. 58 today. Sorry, I'm behind the chat. We had Raph up in here. Salute, brother. Hope you're doing good. Cardboard Degenerate, aka PSA Ray. What up, man? All right, Ryan Miller's got a long one. Let's see what he has to say. He said, hey, Hardcore Champ Kelly was in Chicago when Fields was drafted. Chicago probably going to draft another QB. Would you take Fields in a trade if O'Connell don't work out? There's the Kelly connection. I just feel like Fields is really risky, bro. He does so much running. Having a quarterback run that much is a huge red flag. To me, Justin Fields have potential. Yeah, he does. But he's got to tone down the running and work on the passing game. And I feel like I've seen some games where he did really well, but I've also seen some games where he's just running way too much, guys. So to me, it's too much risk versus reward, especially depending on what you have to give up or whatever. I'm not a big fan of it, guys. I kind of like the guys. If you go back at some point, maybe I'll do a video on it. But if you go back and you look at like the quarterbacks that were taken in the first round, you look at like say the top 3-4 quarterbacks that were taken in the NFL. Look at how many of them ever even worked out to be worth a shit, guys. If you look at the top 3 quarterbacks taken, whether it's first round, second round, whatever, look at how many of them were fucking busts. If you go back 10, 15 years, it's like, dude, the numbers are staggering. Probably like 10, 15, 20% of quarterbacks drafted in the first round even worked out to be worth a shit. So for me, I like to look at quarterbacks that aren't the highlighted, guys that are getting pumped up. I like to look at the guys like the Jalen Hurts, the Hendon Hookers, the guys that know that people aren't talking about and that could develop into being something worth a shit. Literally, Jalen Hurts was, I think it was the 4th quarterback taken that draft. Look at Hendon Hooker, right? Who was taken before Hendon Hooker? Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud is going to be good, right? But Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and then Will Levis, and then Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker was the 5th quarterback taken in this draft. And he might end up being a really good quarterback once his knee's healthy, which should be right about now. I mean, I'd be like, I'd almost like, if we're at a point of doing a trade, I'm like, dude, what do we got to do to get Hendon Hooker to the Raiders? Like, if we want a mobile style quarterback, let's give up minimal draft capital. Let's not do a Bryce Young trade like the Panthers did. What can we do to give up minimal draft capital? We trade for Hendon Hooker from the Lions, maybe give him Aiden O'Connell or whatever it might be. And let's get that dude in our organization. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't want to give up the kitchen sink, man, and I don't want to tank. So appreciate it, Albert, man. Just try to be real with everybody, man. Raiders 07 said we still need to draft another QB. Maybe Shador Sanders, 2nd round pick. I don't know if he's going to last that long. He might. I don't know. I don't know if Sanders. I mean, like, okay, I like what Deion's doing. I like Sanders. I like some of that. I just don't know if Sanders is ready for the NFL yet, man. That has to do with that young QB thing. I think he needs to do another year in college, to be honest with you, bro. Sanders needs to do another year in college, and then he'll be more NFL ready. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of growth and development with a guy like that. We could have had Mahomes. We took Trubisky. Bears owners are cheap Pollocks. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. That's crazy. Hooker is Jamarcus Russell 2.0. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. The numbers, salute. We'll see, man. We don't know. We'll see. Hook, no, I don't. I mean, like, okay, hold on a second. So if you're gonna say Hooker is Jamarcus Russell like 2.0, Jamarcus Russell was pumped up, man. Going into the draft, like everybody wanted Jamarcus Russell. He was pumped up. Nobody was looking at Hendon Hooker. That's why he fell to the third round. So if you're saying he's 2.0, like we would have to be looking at Bryce Young or a quarterback taken like first or second in that draft, like Jamarcus Russell was. So I don't agree with that at all. If you're going to talk about his gameplay, you know, I'm not even going to fucking trip on that. They beat Alabama because of the refs. Yeah, dude. They also beat Will Levis. Okay. They competed with fucking Georgia. Hendon Hooker beat some good teams, man. So I don't agree with that at all, bro. It's to be determined on Hendon Hooker. Yeah, Russell was a Leaf taking fucking NyQuil shots or whatever, man. All right, any last things you guys want to get into or fucking, talk about, ask me a question, give you guys a minute, and then I'm going to close out of here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I do think the future is bright for the Raiders. We got rid of the cancer. We got a new coach in. I think they can get the best out of this team. I really do. I'm excited for Aiden O'Connell. I want to see what he has, as hesitant as I was on him. I want to see what this dude's got, I think he's just got something weird. Like something just strikes me weird that I didn't research or know about him, where I think he can be a good quarterback in the NFL. He may not be your mobile style quarterback, right? He may not be your Lamar Jackson, but as I showed and went over the last 10 years of Super Bowls, none of those guys are like a Lamar Jackson or Caleb Williams or Drake May or one of these mobile quarterbacks that everybody wants. The reality is most of those quarterbacks that everybody are wanting end up being complete fucking bust. So if you want to tank for a bust quarterback, I mean, that's insane, dude. I'd rather try to fucking make the playoffs, and we'll see what we can make happen, man. So Michael 918, shout out to you. He said, I actually look forward to game day. Yeah, me too, man. I do too. We got a new chapter that's turned. It's like the reset or whatever someone wants to say. But, it's, to me, I'm excited to be a Raider fan again. We got somebody yelling out Raiders that wants this team to win and going to do everything, he can to get the best out of this team. So, he said Hooker was hyped all year until he started losing and got hurt. No, he got hurt. Hold on. Give me a second here. Give me a second, guys. All right. Pull something up here. This comment. All right. All right. So you said, I pulled that comment again real quick. He said Hooker was hyped up all year until he started losing and got hurt. All right. So let me debunk this shit real quick. and then we'll close this out. All right. Hendon Hooker got hurt. I think it was right here against South Carolina. Or maybe it's against Missouri. Make sure you guys can see this. Pretty sure it was the second to last game. Maybe it was Vanderbilt. But it's like one of these two games right here, Hendon Hooker got hurt. So you said that he was hyped up until he got hurt, right? So Hendon Hooker goes out and he beats Ball State 59-10. Pittsburgh 34-27. Akon 63-3. He beats Anthony Richardson in Florida 38-33. He beats LSU 40-13. Stomps the shit out of them. Barely beats Alabama 52-49. Martin stomps the shit out of them 65-24. Kentucky and Will Levis 44-6. Stomped the shit out of Will Levis. Georgia, they lost. You could say that they were somewhat competitive in the Georgia game, who won the championship last year. Stomped the shit out of Missouri 66-24. Lost to South Carolina 66-38. And then stomped the shit out of Vanderbilt 56-0. So you said he started losing. Which game are you referring to that Hendon Hooker started losing to? Because if it was South Carolina that Hendon Hooker got hurt, that's one game, dude. One game. So what do you like? You're acting like Hendon Hooker went on a losing streak, bro. So what the fuck are you smoking, man? I don't even know what you're talking about, man. You're smoking some crazy shit, bro. You gotta lay off the fucking crack pipe, though. All right, man. So let's see what else you guys are saying. Ryan Miller said, I'm hoping AP can take this team to the playoffs. I'm feeling 2021 playoff run again. I am too, bro. Bears got a steal for more. We traded number 1 pick instead of Young. Yeah, dude. That was smart of the Bears, man. You guys, Bears definitely got some draft capital to make shit fucking happen this draft and for years to come. I think Bears are definitely positioned very well for the draft. Hope next year they do not drop the ball in the draft. He said no bot 8. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, dude. Clown session's in, man. Clown session's in. Yeah. So I don't even know what the fucking dude is smoking, dude. So, but it ain't fucking reality or facts. He's just fucking talking out of his ass without looking at the schedule. I don't say shit. I usually don't say shit unless I research stuff for the most part, and I look at it. So yeah, but it's all good, guys. We're gonna close out of here. Hopefully you guys are doing good, and we got good positivity, good vibes coming. You know what I mean? The haters, the clowns, they can go. Stay on McD's D's. You know what I'm saying? But the real ones recognize real ones, and you know what? We always know there's only fucking one nation, that's Raider Nation. So check that shit out. Put this last video up and then we'll close this shit out about the fucking Tuck game. And you tell me if this guy was a fucking Raider about Raider Nation. One nation, Raider Nation.
First question from a fan or PSL holder. The Tuck rule play.
Yep.
Was it a fumble? And keep up the great work, Coach.
No question. It was a fumble. Does that have to say anything else?
That's it. He's got the Raider gear on.
All right, guys. Appreciate you, man. I'm Hardcore Raider. There's only one nation. That's fucking Raider Nation. Let's go. We're going to get this fucking dub. Keep this shit rolling. We ain't tanking for fucking McD's D's. So, appreciate you guys. Hardcore Raider out. Boom.